Hi, it's Sabrina. Join me with a lineup of incredible experts as we inspire you.
It's you transcending
to redesign your life. I love this, one small change at a time. This is the Sabrina Soto Show. Come on in. Welcome to my home and the Sabrina Soto Show. Today's intention is to share special tips to show you how to redesign your life. First off, I don't know how to meal plan, so Catherine McCord is coming over to teach me how to do it. Plus, Justina Blakeney is here to teach us how to incorporate plants into our lives. But first, we have a very special guest, Lewis House. Hey, Lewis.
Good to see you.
I'm so excited you're here. So this whole show is about teaching people how to redesign their lives and inspire them to just live a little differently. I wanted you here today because of your work on the School of Greatness and because you have one of the top growth mindset podcasts in the world. And for years, you have inspired millions of people. How did you even get started on the podcast, School of Greatness, everything?
Well, it started with me moving to Los Angeles for a girl. And she broke up with me the day I landed.
Oh boy.
And I remember thinking, I just let go of my lease. I don't have a lease here. What do I do with my life? We ended up kind of getting back together a few days later, and it was a roller coaster for the next 6 months. And I thought to myself, do I go back to New York where I was thriving, or do I figure out what's happening in my life? Why is this happening for me? And I started to kind of get frustrated with a lot of things in life. And I could see my emotions getting the best of me. And so I just started to be more reactive, and I just could feel my frustrations getting the best of me of every situation in life. Until one day I kind of snapped. I lost it on a basketball court playing pickup basketball in West Hollywood. I got
Like a physical fight?
Like a fist fight.
Okay.
Yeah, I got in a fist fight. And I went home after this fight, and I remember looking myself in the mirror being kind of terrified of what I was looking at. And I just stared at myself in the mirror and I was like, who are you? Why are you allowing this to trigger you and have power over you?
People that are watching this, what can they incorporate into their own lives if they're in that middle of the, in that dead end, maybe that you were at?
I think first thing is a self-assessment, an easy 1 through 10 assessment of where am I at physically, emotionally, financially, relationships. On a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being in a really bad place, 10 being like, I'm in the best place possible. Just do a self-evaluation of every area of your life.
Yeah.
How's my relationship with my parents? It's a 4. Okay, why? What can I start to do to improve that to a 5, 6, 7, to an 8, 9, 10? I blamed everyone for a long time.
Yep.
She did this to me. My business partner did this to me. My mom did this to me. My dad, all these different things. Sure, they might do these things to you, but you get what you tolerate also in life. And so unless I had the courage to create boundaries, it wasn't going to improve. And I would always live with resentment.
Yes.
Which I didn't know how to create boundaries, because as a kid, I felt alone. I felt insignificant. I felt abused. I was sexually abused. I felt abandoned. All these different things stayed with me. So I had to assess it first and realize, okay, I've got to heal these things that are making me feel unworthy, not good enough, overwhelmed, anxious, all these different things. Constantly giving in to please people. I don't know if you're a former people pleaser like me.
Not former.
Still people, yeah.
Still living it. I know you have a lot of people on your podcast, but it drives me crazy when people are like, this book changed my life. This trip changed my life. Because that's not how healing works. There's not one book that changed. I'm not talking about your book.
Well, I think when people say it changed their life, it woke them up.
Yes.
It got them saying, oh, I didn't see, now I see something differently.
Yes.
And that weekend trip or that interview on your show or that book got me to see something differently at the exact time I was ready to see it. For almost a year, I had a photo of my 5-year-old self in my screensaver. And every moment I would pick up my phone, I would look at him and I would just say, you are loved, you are worthy, and you're enough.
I love that.
And I was sexually abused by a man that I didn't know at 5. So I found a photo of around that time where I had one of the biggest wounds that kind of defined me for 25 years because I never told anyone. At 30, I finally started opening up about it.
Were you scared?
I thought my life was over by sharing this.
Why?
I thought, because I'd never seen another man who had been sexually abused. I never seen an athlete talk about it on TV or executives talk about it. No one was open 10, 11 years ago talking about sexual abuse as a man.
Yep.
So I thought, I was weak. And if people actually knew this about me, no one would love me. So that was the biggest fear. If people really knew what I've been through, how could they ever love this person inside of me?
Yeah.
And so I was terrified. And so I wore a mask to act a certain way to fit in and try to belong. But trying to fit in is not the same thing as belonging.
Yeah.
When you're pretending, when you're wearing a mask, when you're people pleasing, you're being a weaker version of you. You're not being your most authentic self. You're being a wounded version of you. And you're living in a lack of self-worth.
Sorry, I'm getting emotional.
Okay,
You're
yeah.
like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's so many people that are watching this that are in that exact same, and it makes me so sad because you're not alone and you've helped so many people find the courage to be honest with themselves and with the people in their lives. Do you feel free?
100%.
Yeah.
I never felt this free in my life.
That
And then
takes courage.
Still had power over me probably 6 months after I started telling my family, my friends, kind of one-on-one and working with a therapist. I realized I'm still worried what people think about me. And at that time, I had just launched my show, The School of Greatness, maybe 9 months prior. And I thought to myself, what would the ultimate act of courage be? And I'm not saying that everyone needs to go public with their stuff, but I just felt like I'm still worried what people think about me. I called a friend and said, can you interview me on my show where we can kind of navigate this and I can talk about it? And I remember I recorded it and I held it for like months. I literally thought my life was over. I thought my business, I thought I would make no more money. I thought I would lose everything if people knew this about me. And it's actually the opposite. It's still the most downloaded thing I've ever put out. And for weeks, I got just essays from men sending me letters telling me, thank you. But putting it out there allowed myself to heal more and allowed other men to start their healing journey.
Lewis, what is one last thing you could leave viewers with to help them redesign their life?
There's something I think about pretty frequently that is a stat that kind of shocks me. And the statistic is 150,000 people in the world die every day. It might sound a little morbid, but if you can wake up and think 150,000 people died today, and I'm not one of them, what a beautiful gift. Thank you.
You have a new book. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
New book's called Make Money Easy. We have money wounds and money stories that cause us to restrict, to be avoidant, to be anxious or insecure around money. And it causes a lot of pain in our relationships. So the whole book is around healing your relationship with money so you can create financial peace and abundance.